Yeah, we're changing lanes now to track and field on the SportsMax zone. We are just 4 days away from the start of the 19th edition of the World Athletic Championship, set for the Hungarian capital of Budapest. The home of champions pleased to announce that we'll have live coverage of the event through a dedicated channel on the SportsMax app in 15 countries across the region. Viewers in Anguilla, Barbados, Bermuda, the British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Guyana, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, French and Dutch St. Martin, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and Turks and Caicos Islands can watch through the SportsMax app. Also in Trinidad and Tobago, you can watch Biz TV for the games. Today, the SportsMax zone continues our build-up to the event, which begins on Saturday. We've previewed the jumps and the throws. Now it's time to attack the hurdles. The English-speaking Caribbean has won 25 medals across the hurdles events, with 5 gold medals shared among Ryan Brathwaite of Barbados and Jehu Gordon of Trinidad and Tobago, and that's on the men's side. And then Jamaicans Melaine Walker, Bridget Foster-Hilton and Danielle Williams on the women's side. Jamaica have won 21 of the 25 medals by CARICOM nations, with TNT winning 2, Barbados and the Bahamas with 1 each. Let's see the best of what the Caribbean has to offer in these events in Budapest. In the women's 100-metre hurdles, let's start there. 2 top 10 athletes in the world at the moment, Megan Tapper and Akira Nugent. Danielle Williams, the 2015 world champion. Davine Charlton, she was a silver medalist in the indoors in Belgrade last year. In the women's and the men's sprint hurdles, they go 110 metres, of course. Rashid Broadwell, the current world leader, Hansel Parchment, the reigning Olympic champion at the moment, and Orlando Bennett, who did well at the Nationals back in June. The 400-metre hurdles for men, Kyron McMaster and Rashawn Clark, the 19-year-old Jamaica champion, Jaheel Hyde and Asini Wilson. The 3 Jamaicans there joining the BVI's Kyron McMaster, who is a 2-time Commonwealth Games champion. In the women's 400 hurdles, these 3 athletes, all from Jamaica: Genevieve Russell, Anjanette Knight, number 3 on the performance list in the world at the moment, and Rochelle Clayton, all in the top 7 in the world at the moment, based on the World Athletics performance list. Former Jamaican hurdler, World Youth silver medalist in 2009 and 2013 World Championship semi-finalist Daniel Dowie joins us now to preview these events, and an event, all of the hurdles events, both the sprints and the one-lap event, Daniel, have been events that have made the region proud in the past. And there is evidence that that won't change in Budapest.
Definitely. In terms of representation, last year we had 7 finalists from the Caribbean, and this year 7 finalists from the Caribbean who produced 1 medal for us, which came from Jamaica's Brittany Anderson in the women's 100-metre hurdles. And this year I believe that we are in stronger contention to increase our medal count across the 4 hurdle events. So I'm really excited to dive into these events today.
Disappointing that Brittany Anderson has an ACL injury, a knee injury that is keeping her out of the championship and for the entire season. But the women's sprint hurdles has been one of the most competitive events now for a long time. So although the Jamaicans have world-class performers in this event, and the Bahamian Davine Charlton, no guarantee of medals based on how competitive the event is.
Exactly so. So it's really the most competitive of the hurdle events, and surprisingly, this is the event that we have 2 medals from, one from Danielle Williams and Bridget Foster-Hilton.
Gold medals.
So that's also funny that you say that. So definitely highly competitive on any given day. The talent pool in this race, anybody can come out on top. So it's really hard to call this race, but we have so many good contenders from our Caribbean hurdlers, the 3 Jamaicans and Charlton out of the Bahamas. So they are in a good position to get into the finals.
Yes.
We have, based on their time and performances throughout the season, the Jamaican hurdlers, Nugent and Tapper, the strongest in terms of time for the Caribbean contingents, and it will not be easy because they're facing, like I said, it's a rich pool. The Olympic champion, the reigning world champion is still on the bubble, Nigeria's Toby Amison. I spoke to her coach, Lasina Golding Clark, this morning, and she's waiting on this Friday, to hear the final word from the Athletics Integrity Unit, whether or not Toby Amison will be able to compete. So the world record holder on the bubble the Americans will be the toughest challenge.
Always,
This is their strong event. This is one of their better events, and they will pose a really strong challenge for the Caribbean women, led by Nia Ali, mother of three, 34-year-old Nia Ali. She ran the fastest time going into the championship, 12.30. So Americans, the Puerto Rican, the Olympic champion. So this event will definitely be the most competitive of the hurdle events for us.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, because there are so many competitive events, I think, right across the World Championships this year. Just a quick correction before we move on. It's 6 gold medals won by English-speaking Caribbean athletes. Omar McLeod as well would have won the men's sprint hurdles in 2017 to go with Ryan Brathwaite, who won for Barbados, and Jehu Gordon, who won the 400 hurdles, and the 3 Jamaican women to have won gold medals. Of all the Caribbean participants in the women's 100-meter hurdles, Danielle, which of those would you give the best chance of sneaking a medal in this highly competitive field?
Well, so we have 2 finalists from last year's finals returning. That is Danielle Williams and Devin Charlton from the Bahamas. So those 2 ladies been there before. Of course, you can't count out the Olympic champion, the Olympic bronze medalist, Megan Tapper. It's going to be really tough. I have a feeling I like that 12-4 run from Megan at the national trials. She just seems to know how to deliver her best races at the World Champion. At the major events when she gets there. So I think Megan and between Danielle Williams look like they might get into the final again.
The men's 110-meter hurdles, another highly exciting event and highly anticipated event. The American Grant Holloway is the 2-time defending champion. The world leader is the outstanding Jamaican Rashid Broadbell, who won the Commonwealth Games title last year. When you look at this event, I mean, where are you hedging your bets? Who to win this one? And is this the best chance for the English-speaking Caribbean to medal in the hurdles at the World Championships?
Absolutely. This is our best hope for a gold medal. The 12.94 from Rashid Broadbell. He looked so speedy, so smooth doing that. Looks like he has a lot more in the tank. And I think he might deliver exactly what we need him to deliver on this stage. He's been showing that he's not afraid of running against the best, being the best, and so it's just a matter of executing, because it's the hurdles race. You know, anything can happen. Last year we had Hansel Parchment and Shane Brathwaite in the final. Both athletes didn't end up running because of different reasons, injuries, just hitting the hurdles. So anything can happen, but everything going well, I expect that this would be our best hope for the Caribbean to get a gold medal across the hurdle events.
Yeah, I want to speak a little bit about Hansel Parchment, because I think he is such a phenomenal major championship competitor. Remember, this kid won a World University Games title before he won the Olympic bronze medal in 2012. He's won a World Championship silver medal. He's won the Olympic gold medal. What he has proven is that every single time he is fit, he challenges, and more often than not, he ends up in the medals. And there are many who feel he would have won the world title last year had it not been for the injury. His last race was at the London Diamond League, where he ran 13.26. He finished 4th in that race. But somehow, in that 4th place, I saw a man who was on his way to his first world title. And I know that is saying a lot, because of the quality of a Rashid Broadbell and what he's produced, the quality of a Grant Holloway and what he has produced on the global stage. But it was one of the worst performances I have seen from Hansel Parchment, that London race. And I say that because he looked so heavy, Lance and Daniel, as if he was under tremendous work leading into that race. I've never seen him struggle to almost get over the hurdles. And I thought to myself, when this guy unloads and gets to the World Championships at peak, if you're not ready to run about 12:92, then you're not going to beat him come that final. I don't know what you think, Daniel. Can he do it? He's not the favorite. He won't start as the favorite, but he didn't start as the favorite in Tokyo either.
Well, so Hansel Parchment is one of those athletes that time doesn't really matter for him. Like you said, once he's fit, once he's healthy, he knows what to do to get through the rounds. And once he's in a final, you have to know that he's going to challenge for that gold medal. And so he's one of those athletes where you just can't look at the time. And that's just how these races work. Because in a lot of cases, last year, it was a 13.03 that won. So during the season, we're running sub-13s, faster times. But when it comes down to the finals, after going through the rounds, all of that niggles, the fatigue, when you're in that final, hitting the hurdle, the pressure of having the best of the best next to you, it might not be the fastest time for the year, but it's just going to be who is going to be that champion on the day. And Parchment has shown that he knows how to run those races.
Yeah, is this going to be the year for the BVI's Kyron McMaster? Of course, we will be live on the SportsMax app in the BVI, so you'll be able to see Kyron McMaster on your home of champions. Third fastest in the world this year. He's had some unfortunate incidents at global championships, but can he put it together and sneak a medal this year? Or are the big three just going to prove too good? Varham, Rai Benjamin, and Alison Dos Santos.
Well, I'm one of those who hope that Kyron will get it together for this World Championship. Like you said, he's always had so many challenges. Last year, he stopped during the semifinals, started, I think, just before the first three hurdles, he just stopped for some reason. And so he always has some issue at major championships. So I'm hoping that this will be the year that Kyron McMaster, for the past couple of seasons, he's been the top Caribbean contender. So it really would be good to see him finally grace the podium. It's going to be tough, but for the other competitors in the 400-meter hurdles, I'm really excited to see what Jamaican junior athlete Rashawn Clark does. He equaled the world junior record 47.85 to make the world championship team, and he's the strongest competitor for the Jamaicans. So really excited. As a junior athlete, 19 years old, he's going to his first world championship, and he's has the fourth or fifth fastest time. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, we remember another stunning junior, Jehu Gordon, out of Trinidad and Tobago, who finished fourth as a junior at the World Championships. Quickly, the women's 400-meter hurdles, 1 medal, 2 medals. What's that one looking like?
This is so exciting. Okay, so the women's 400-meter hurdles, we have Femke Bol, the Dutch athlete who's run 51.45 this year. But right behind her are 6 ladies who run 53 seconds, 3 Americans and 3 Jamaicans. So our 3 Jamaican ladies, they look poised to get on the podium. So I'm really excited about this one. Janive Russell, the national champion, she's improved her flat 400 time. I'm excited for that 50.76 to also get second in the 400 trial. So she'll be doubling up here in Budapest. And we also have Rochelle Clayton, who's the 2019 bronze medalist and our only finalist from last year. The only finalist from last year returns. So she, again, is a competitor, knows how to get into the finals and delivers her best on the day. So I think this is one of our strongest events, along with the men's 110 hurdles, to get a medal in. And we might see 2.
We might see 2 indeed. Janive Russell doubling up with the 400 hurdles and the 4x4s as well. Daniel Dowie, thanks very much. We'll be watching the World Championships. You'll be watching it on the SportsMax app. Actually, you can't watch it on the SportsMax app in Jamaica. You would have to go to the BVI or Anguilla, and we want you here. Well, there you have it. That's our hurdles preview for the 19th edition of the World Athletics Championships. It will be held in Budapest, Hungary, and yes, we'll be here to bring you all the analysis on your home of champions. We take a break. We'll be back with more after this.